What's good, people? It's your boy Twale here to bring you a Kingdom review for chapter 546. Now, this chapter is one of the all-time greats, and it starts off with Koga. I found out his name. One of the dudes from the High Shin unit who's been there since Shin was an original. He's been there since the original 100-man unit. So the chapter starts off with him and his cavalry unit taking out a Zhao unit from gyouun's army. I think it was the Sekyo unit, so Sekko unit. And we don't actually get to see him take them out, but from what we can gather in the next page, it's inferred that he took out one of gyouun's rather better units. So after that, we switch over to gyouun's headquarters where we get the report. Now, according to the report, Sekyo was killed and half of his men had to retreat back to the lines. A dude named Sosuon or something like that was able to cut through one of the Quinn forces and make his way to another infantry. And a dude named Ryusoko or something like that. What is it? Ryushin. Yeah, Ryu Shun. I had to write it down because that was a hard one. Ryu Shun. He got decimated by Naki, completely wiped out to where there was only a few survivors left of his unit, and that got me really hyped because I'm a big Naki fan. If anybody doesn't know, now you know. Naki all day. Got to take out the sword every time Naki does something crazy. So, Naki takes out one of his units. Now, from the reaction that we got from gyouun's advisors, I'm gonna say, like his strategists or his upper echelon people, they were kind of upset. Like they weren't oh my god, all hope is lost, but they were kind of surprised that these two units in particular were taken out. So that's what leads me to believe that these are two of gyouun's better units within his army. After that, gyouun himself takes a step out into he not takes a step out into the battlefield, but he takes a look out into the battlefield. And from a quick glance across the battlefield, like literally just as I'm looking around, you know what I'm saying, just like that, he was able to tell that the High Shin unit switched commanders, that the new commander was an instinctual general, and that he wanted to test him out. Fair enough. Right after we get that page, we switch over to the High Shin unit. And as we're getting the rundown of reports that Shin is receiving. And honestly, Shin handled it better than I thought he would. Like, I knew he was going to be flustered with the amount of information that he was receiving so quickly because he's never dealt with something like that before. So I kind of expected him to be flustered. But I like the way that he was able to look past what was actually happening to the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Shosa's unit took heavy losses. Sosui, his cavalry got split up. I believe Gakurai beat one unit and then got himself caught into another trap. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was either Garo or Sugen that was in no, it was Ryusen that was getting pincered by the Zhao. So basically in that one panel, we got to see what gyouun's countermeasures were to Shin being on the battlefield. And compared to what Shin did, gyouun came back pretty hard, but you can also see the resilience in Shin's men because they were also able to hold on and stay alive. Whereas gyouun lost two of his, like I said, better commanders. Shin lost two unknown commanders that we've never seen. I think Denmo and Rinto. I don't think we've ever met them. So, or I don't think they've ever had a panel screen. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it that way, we kind of broke even. You know what I'm saying? We still have Garo, we still have Gakurai, we still have Shosa, Sugen, we still have Shosuo, we still have Kyokai. Kyokai has been at the HQ this entire chapter, or most of this chapter with Shin until the very end. So we still have our heavy hitters, we still have our big names, we still have Naki. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the initial battle in the early pages, we're coming out ahead. Yes, we lost two commanders. Again, never seen them before. They never had any panels. And we all getting beat up. We all losing, you know what I'm saying? We all losing men. I'm not saying it's pretty, but Tim even admits it is kind of messy. But on the up and up, we're breaking even. In my opinion, we're breaking even. You know what I'm saying? So we get later on in the chapter where the strategists at the HQ with Shin are like, yo, why don't we use our reserves? You know what I'm saying? If we're more or less losing, you know what I'm saying, we're breaking even, but we're on the losing side of that even. You know what I'm saying? Like 48 to 50, you know what I'm saying? We're breaking even, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, we're on the losing end. You know? Why don't we use our reserves? And Shin is the only one that can actually see the bigger picture. Because Kyokai admitted she was gonna use, she was, you know what I'm saying, ready to use them. Ting was like, obviously we should have used them, but Shin was the only one that was like, no, we can't use them yet. We have to wait because Gyouun is starting a fire somewhere. I don't know where yet, but the fire is coming. So because he decided to wait and decided not to use his reserves, helped him out in the long run because not two panels later, or 2 pages later rather, Gyouun sent out his reserves and sent out the bulk of his army to attack Shin. Now, at this very same time, we switch over to Chogaryu for a second, and Chogaryu notices that Gyouun is sending out the bulk of his forces, that he's about to light his fire, that he's about to get everything ready and get, you know what I'm saying, get things going. And he comes to the conclusion that that battlefield is going to get wrapped up quickly. The second he says that, Shin also notices where the heat's come, where the biggest flame is coming from on the battlefield. It was like literally panel after panel. Chogaryu said it's done. Shin notices the flame and grabs one of his dudes. He's like, yo, who is that over there? And they're like, yo, that's Ensign. He not only gathered the remnants of all the defeated units within the High Shin unit, but he rallied them to a certain point and was proving such a force that it became the battleground of the deciding factor, or one of the deciding factors within this army fight. You know what I'm saying? Within this battleground. So I gotta give props to N. He's been showing and proving lately why he's a member, not only a member of the High Shin unit, but a lieutenant of the High Shin unit. And speaking of that, B-Hay either needs to man up or get killed. Because honestly, playing dead, we ain't got time for that. We trying to make great gains to general and great general. We ain't got time for unit commanders pretending to be dead and all of that. So I'm disappointed with B-Hay, especially after being let back in the High Shin unit after the whole Hill incident. You know what I'm saying? I expected him to really show and improve, but that is what it is. Um, right after that, I was rambling for a minute. Right after that, Shin sends the reserves to end spot. Kyokai, Garo, Naki, um, Sugen, and all the reserves that was left back at the HQ that was left on standby. He sends them all to reinforce N because he knows that that is the place of the Great Blaze. He knows that that is where the flame is going to spark, and that is where he is going to cause the greatest you know what I'm saying, to cause the greatest effect on the battlefield. And then a second later, he has a different feeling. He has a feeling of unknowingness or worried feeling. He's like, if that's the place of the deciding factor, why didn't I go with Kyokai? Why am I still here? Why do I feel like there's something else that I'm missing? And it's at that moment that he sees a path to Gyoun's HQ. And a couple panels later, he tells Ten, he's like, yo, I'm taking the HQ cavalry with me, and there's another place that we have to go. Now, Ten is confused because she needs to gain some more instincts. She needs to stop relying so much on book knowledge and gain some more battle instincts, which I think is going to come later once Shin becomes a general. Because honestly, I feel like Ten is a good enough strategist that she can lead her own 3,000 man unit, 4,000 man unit, you know what I'm saying? And as she is utilizing her own troops in her own battle, she will start to gain her own battle instincts to add on to her already decent strategic powers. You know what I'm saying? Strategic prowess. So Shin leaves with his cavalry unit. And on the way, they're talking and they're like, Captain, where are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing? And Shin is telling them, like, because of the fire that was lit over there with N, there's a pathway to the HQ. So his men think, with this small unit, we're going to go attack their HQ. And Shin is like, no, 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 no. Because Shin can see it, he knows that Gyouun can see it. And they literally meet midway in the path of the HQs. And to me, that just shows that Shin wasn't just bragging when he said he inherited the great general abilities, the instinctual great general abilities from Dukio. Because not only was he able, at the very last second though, but whatever, not only was he able to see the small pathway to the HQ just like Gyouun, but it was also noted by Ten earlier in the chapter that even though some of his units were getting beaten and some of his units were getting wiped out, he was winning he was winning on the mid scale and large scale battles with people like Den Yu, who has a 1,000-man unit. You know what I'm saying? Was able to clean out another unit of Gyouun's, whereas a 10-man unit in Bihei got, you know what I'm saying, pretended to be dead. So it's you know what I'm saying? So just like the Dukio, he's able to lose the small scale battles, but make up for it with the mid and large scale battles, as I assume they're gonna win the fire. They're gonna win the battle where the fire is with Kyokai in command, and then Shin himself is gonna defeat Gyouun in a duel. You know, and like, yo, this chapter just gave us so much. Shin and his instinctual abilities, not only from the HQ, but actually, you know what I'm saying, surveying the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? And showing and proving that, you know what I'm saying, he's not just there for show. He just doesn't have the rank of lieutenant or the title of lieutenant just for show. You know what I'm saying? Showing that he can actually do something by gathering the defeated units and building them up to a point where it became, again, the battleground of most interest. You know what I'm saying? Naki finally doing something for the high Shin unit and annihilated another squad. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Shin's directions need to become more cohesive and more clear, and that's something that he's gonna gain as, you know what I'm saying, he becomes more accustomed of leading from the HQ. But for his first go at it, I'm not disappointed in Shin. I'm actually very proud of Shin. Yeah, this was a great chapter of Kingdom. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. And, you know what I'm saying, have a great day.